If you've watched The Last of Us, then you already know Ellie isn't just a sidekick. She's the soul of the story. A 14-year-old girl with a knife, a mouthful of sarcasm, and a heart full of scars. Ellie is growing up in a world where hugs are rare and monsters are very real, both the fungal and the human kind. She's fierce, she's funny, she's angry, and she's been through more trauma by her mid-teens than most of us go through in a lifetime. But she's also deeply human, full of love, confusion, and contradictions. Today, we're putting Ellie on the therapist's couch. Figuratively, she'd probably stab you if you made her sit on an actual couch. We're going to walk through her emotional and psychological world step by step, using simple explanations and real examples. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to Ending Explained so you won't miss our next videos about your favorite movies and TV shows. Ellie was born after the outbreak. She doesn't remember a world with school buses, Starbucks, or birthday parties at Chuck E. Cheese. Her earliest memories are of loss, fear, and violence. Her mom died. Her best friend Riley died. And from then on, life has mostly been about not dying. This is called complex trauma, long-term exposure to danger, loss, and instability. People with this kind of trauma often develop survival instincts that are brilliant, but emotionally exhausting. Ellie knows how to stay alive. She can shoot, stab, run, and sneak. But when someone shows her kindness, she gets awkward. She flinches when touched. She doesn't trust easily. That's trauma talking. It tells her, don't get comfortable. Everything good disappears. Her brain has been trained to focus on threats, not on joy. This makes relationships hard and emotions confusing. Ellie wants love, badly, but she doesn't know how to ask for it. When Joel tries to protect her, she pushes him away. Then when he leaves, she freaks out. Classic emotional whiplash. This is an insecure attachment style, formed when a person grows up without stable caregivers. Ellie learned that people leave and it hurts, so she tries to avoid needing anyone. But guess what? She still does need people. And that inner tug of war is exhausting. In episode 6, when Joel says he's going to leave her with Tommy, she snaps. That's not just teenage drama, that's raw, vulnerable, panicked fear of abandonment. She loves, but with armor. She gets close and then panics. It's the emotional version of, I love you, now go away before you hurt me. Ellie is hilarious. She's full of bad puns, sarcastic comments, and unexpected one-liners. It's adorable, but also a defense mechanism. Humor is her coping tool. When the world feels too heavy, Ellie lightens the moment with a joke. This doesn't mean she's fine. It means she's trying to feel fine. When Joel gets injured, Ellie tells jokes to distract him and herself. She's terrified, but she doesn't say, I'm scared. She says, what did the triangle say to the circle? You're pointless. This is classic avoidance. When emotions feel overwhelming, some people crack a joke. It gives them a sense of control when everything else feels like chaos. Ellie has a lot of anger, and not the quiet, simmering kind. The scream in the woods, smash stuff, stab clickers kind. Anger is often a cover for other emotions. Fear, sadness, helplessness. In Ellie's case, it's all three. She doesn't know how to feel those things safely, so she expresses them as rage. After Joel's injury, Ellie brutally deals with David and his men. Yes, it was survival, but it was also a moment of psychological snapping. Unprocessed trauma plus helplessness equals explosive rage. Ellie doesn't need anger management. She needs a safe place to not be in control. Sometimes Ellie seems blank, especially after violence. It's not that she doesn't care, it's that she can't let herself feel. This is called emotional numbing, a trauma response where the brain goes, too much, shutting down now. After dealing with David, Ellie looks empty. Even when Joel hugs her, she barely reacts. She's there, but not there. She's protecting herself. If she let herself feel all that pain, it might drown her. So her brain hits the emotional mute button. Ellie is told she might be the cure, that she's special, that her life might finally have a point. For a girl who's lost everything, this is intoxicating and dangerous. When people grow up in chaos, they crave purpose. Ellie clings to the idea that her immunity gives her worth. When Joel takes away that purpose, by saving her from the fireflies, she's shattered. Not just because he lied, but because she lost her reason. Ellie isn't just mad, she's mourning. Without a mission, she feels lost. That's what happens when your entire identity is tied to one hope. Ellie is surrounded by ghosts: Riley, Sam, Tess, Henry, and eventually Joel. And each time she blames herself. This is survivor's guilt. She keeps thinking, why them, not me? It's irrational, but powerful. She tells Joel, there's no halfway with this. We finish what we started. Translation, I need this pain to mean something. People with trauma often try to earn their right to live. Ellie thinks she has to suffer or succeed, otherwise everyone died for nothing. Despite everything, Ellie is capable of huge love. She loves Joel, she loved Riley, she even opens up to Dina in part 2. She's not cold, she's careful. This is the part that makes her human, not just tragic. Ellie hasn't lost her ability to love, it just takes time and trust, and a whole lot of emotional band-aids. In the giraffe scene, her eyes light up. That moment of wonder shows us Ellie is still in there, under the scars. Trauma may damage trust, but not love. Ellie proves that even the most hurt people can still feel joy. Ellie's hunt for revenge becomes an obsession. It consumes her and takes everything she has left. Revenge is a false promise. It says, if you hurt them, your pain will stop, but it doesn't. It just passes the pain around like a cursed hot potato. In the end, Ellie loses more than she gains. She's not healed, she's hollow. That's what revenge does. Real healing can't come from outside punishment. It comes from processing, grieving, and, the hardest one, forgiving. Ellie isn't just a fictional girl with a switchblade and a smart mouth. She's a reflection of what trauma does to a human being, especially one who grows up too fast in a world that doesn't let her breathe. She's angry, funny, numb, loyal, lost, and brave. And despite all the darkness, she still tries to connect. That alone is a triumph. So, what can we learn from Ellie? That being tough doesn't mean being unbreakable, that love is messy and scary but worth it, that healing isn't about revenge or perfect endings, it's about choosing life over and over again, even when it hurts. It was a Channel Ending Explain. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. See you soon!